Thank you. That's a great intro song. Thanks for that. It's like my theme song. Not really. So I got a question. This is something that's been bugging me. Has Morgan Freeman ever been not old? Like, has there ever been any point in his career where he played like the young, naive kid full of stupidity and bad decisions? Or is he always just been in the 65 to 80 age bracket his whole life? Like, was he born old like Benjamin Button but just stayed old his whole life and follow kids around the preschool, offering them sage advice and narrating their lives? So, I'm involved in this weird thing. I'm a CrossFitter, don't hate me. Thank you from my CrossFit friends in the back. We're not a cult, as I say from my CrossFit friends in the back. We're not a cult. We have this, like, there's this misconception that we are, and we're not like Soul Cycle, okay? Like, we don't ride on stationary bikes by candlelight and talk about being warriors. That's weird. We're not like that at all. We're just better than everyone else. Some of my CrossFit friends and I wanted to prove that we could get together and talk about things that was not CrossFit, so we started a book club. And, no, I'm being serious. It's not even a joke. Like, we actually started a book club. We can read. We read the book Unbroken. If you're not familiar with it, it's a true story. It's about Louis Zamperini, who was a World War II pilot, and his plane was shot down, and he survived on a raft for like 2 months and fought off sharks, and then he was captured by the Japanese, and then he went to a Japanese concentration camp, and he survived there, and then, years later he was rescued, and it's a very inspirational story. In our meeting we talked about how incredible this was, and that if we were in his place, we would have survived a lot longer than most people because we're CrossFitters. Yeah, so I'm married. Thank you very much. No, thanks, really. It's an accomplishment for a comic, don't you understand? When you're a woman, you get married, everyone asks you if you're going to change your name, and I didn't because my name is AliceCutler, and that just fits who I am. It's very Mayflower white. It matches my face. It works, My husband's Italian. His last name's Toscano. If I had to change my name, then I'd have to change my whole identity, and that just doesn't work. I'd have to get acrylic nails and start wearing stilettos to Trader Joe's. I'd have to cover all my furniture in plastic. That's just like, I'm so not Italian housewife at all, I eat one-course meals. I speak with an inside voice. Like, this is not the face of Italian housewife at all. This is the face of maybe, someone who went to Italy for a semester. Goodness. I studied art history. Not Italian housewife. The other thing that happens when you get married, everyone wants to know if you're going to have kids, and we don't have kids yet, but having kids these days, it's really hard. You have to be really politically correct now. I read this article about how we're not supposed to tell girls that they're pretty because it's not empowering, which I get, but now I'm nervous around little girls. Like, I don't know what to say to them. Like, oh my God, that pink shirt makes you look really capable. And who's the physicist with the bows in her hair? I don't know. Like, when you put on that tutu, you have great leadership skills. Like, I'm just really worried I'm going to slip and say the wrong thing to a girl. I'm going to tell her she's pretty. She's going to lose all sense of self-worth. She's going to drop out of high school. It's going to be all my fault. So, like, if you want to empower a girl, don't tell her she's pretty. Tell her she's prettier than all of her friends. I think that works. I wish people would stop using the word irony because everyone misuses it. It's just one of those words people throw around, like, it's so ironic. Just so we're clear on the meaning of irony, it's when the literal meaning of something is the opposite of the figurative meaning. But people mess it up. For example, I used to work at a bar called Library Bar, and one night some woman came up to me and she's like, oh my God, my boyfriend's a librarian and we're at the Library Bar. That's so ironic. No, that's not. That's coincidence. Irony would be the girlfriend of a librarian not knowing what the word irony means. She was irony. Isn't that ironic? I blame this on Alanis Morissette because this has been an epidemic since 1995 when she wrote that song. Isn't it ironic? Don't you think about like 500 things that are not ironic at all? It's like rain on your wedding day. Isn't it ironic? No, Alanis, that just sucks. It's like some good advice you just didn't take. Isn't it ironic? No, it just means you were stupid. You didn't take the advice. It's not ironic at all. My favorite one is, it's like a black fly in your Chardonnay. Isn't it ironic? No, a black fly is not the opposite of a glass of white wine. She just called the song That's Fucked Up, because that's what every single lyric is about. All right, that's my time, guys. Thank you.